words to say I love you true.
I have been his legs, arms, torso, head, and part of the head also is the hair and the hat. And I've never done this before, so let's just find out together, kids. This is a little diagram of how the hat's supposed to work, I assume. I can't read Japanese. A lot of these patterns are in Japanese, so it's a lot of guesswork. So if I'm doing something wrong, don't scream "No's" too badly at your computer, because your computer isn't doing it. I am. But
By the way, if you can read Japanese, more power to you.
tell me what the heck it says. Yeah, cutting out hair can be difficult sometimes. Oh, I'm gonna fold these up. I played fold them earlier because they're really tiny and hard. There's these folds here that are gonna go onto the heads later, I'm sure, to make the veins. But I just please folding them down because folding is your friend. Folding is good. I'm just gonna do stuff, and if I figure out something, I'll explain it after I've done it, unfortunately. Or maybe I'll just have a little thing popping up. What the heck am I doing? Never made Sealand before. England doesn't have a hat. Okay, well, let's see. If this is actually going to sit on the head like this, and it's supposed to look like that, then I guess I'm going to fold down here. Yes, that looks right. And am I going to fold in here? Yes, I am. Sometimes a pattern has lines to indicate where you fold it on it. That's very useful for making it.
But sometimes...
But it's not aesthetically pleasing once you're all done, so...
Or sometimes they'll have they'll have lines on it, but they're very close to the normal color of the doll.
That's true. And
really
it depends on your
hard.
plinter. I don't know what plinter you have, if it's like super fancy or better than mine, but mine's fair. Is this right? Yes. Yes, this is right. I'm just using the head, which is completely dry now since I was at the beginning of the project.
Remember to look at the diagram, kids.
Whenever to look at the diagram, kids, he's talking to me. This fold goes up. Like back this way, instead of down and in. Oop. And you gotta do it along the line. Yeah, I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that looks about right. There's a bit of glue on my hands still. It's annoying me. Well, these white flaps are definitely gonna go in. So I'm gonna, and you can't see through the hair, sorry. Okay, and then that would go like that. Yeah, I got this. I know what I'm doing. Let's make paper dolls blind.
It's really better than playing a horror game blind.
No, it's not, because it depends on person to person. I personally don't like the people who do swear every other minute when they play video games. I don't. I spaz and freak out. It's funny. I spaz and freak out with friends who then also spaz out and freak out all together. I'm just the bravest one to play the game. Horror games in Sealand, we shouldn't be talking about this.
No, but it was the first thing that came to mind about playing any game blind.
Puzzle games would be kind of hard, I guess, too. Like, you know, if you did that online blind. You know, not knowing what you're doing and not using a guide. Maybe frustrating for some people to watch if you're by yourself. I do like the Deceased Crab Madame Luna's...
And Pia...
well, the Deceased Crab Madame Luna something Dungeons.
Shadowgate?
Yeah, Shadowgate, that's it. Shadowgate, because he knows all the answers since he doesn't. So you can have that half, I don't know what I'm doing, and that half...
Like...
You're actually giving you answers so you can grasp the game. And also messing with her. I do like that setup. That sounds cool to me. Sometimes when I play video games that I already said it was not appropriate, I have someone reading me a guide, and they're freaked out anyway because you're reading a paper guide. It doesn't tell you what to do.
Yeah, it's not like it's showing you.
I'm gonna do Let's Plays eventually. I'm just not gonna do horror games. I've played all of them, so I can't do them blind.
So it'd be kind of just another day at the job.
Well, not exactly. I'd probably be like, I play a horror game I really like, and then guess about it and say all the details. I could do that. I don't know if I'm ever gonna play any Let's Play blind, but right now we're doing Paper Dolls, so I may cut that audio. If you can see a teeny bit here, it's not even, and I missed ads. It's actually better to go like a rough cut around stuff, especially like hair. You just go whoop across that way, and then come in and do the tiny bits later. So I'm just gonna clean this up before I do anything with it. And then it comes up like this, and then you can just kind of pluck those off gently, and they'll come off. And you flit it out in the trash. Or I just put it to the side, because I don't have a trash can right next to me. I will clean up the ground later, don't worry about it. What part to glue together first? Now, I'm going to do the hat first, but yeah, as you can see, as I've been going along, I could do that. I'll probably do like around in a circle. Like that. I'm going to do the first two, and maybe the last, well, the first plate, because that one's going to be interesting. But, like, only half of the hat, and then I'll show you when it's done, because it's going to be boring otherwise. If you listen to me babble on and try and figure out the scene as it is. And that's a lot of glue. Oop, ah! And sometimes it's... And now my hand's really stuck. I really should go and clean it, but I'm not gonna go do that because I'm gonna be diligent and I'm gonna work with this hat and I'm gonna... Okay, that's probably a bad idea of paper things flying around, but... Is this gonna go off flame for a minute again? Okay, that's good and stuck. You can kind of tell when it stops slipping around a little bit. Out of flame. Once it gets or so stuck, I can what?
Give me a moment. Right.
Sorry, technical difficulties. We'll try and do this quicker because we don't run out of space. I'm going to do this flop next. I held that one in place and I wiped away the excess glue when I was done, and I closed the glue. Okay, whoop, that's a lot. So, and I'm just going to hold this till it dries. That's just going to be boring to us. So, go ahead and turn off the camera. You on?
Mm-hmm.
Another detail, since now I know how this works. This is how the hat should look like once I have all these tabs on. You could bend this ahead of time, but I really do like the smooth, puffy look, so I'm not going to do that. But it probably would help when you're gluing it together. Here this isn't. Okay, I have beneath the hat shape. This shape is really hard, and you're going to have to get the tabs some time to dry because they're tugging and pulling against each other. So you may want to actually do this when you're doing all this, so it dries. So I'm not going to be messing with it for the moment. I'm going to let it dry. So I'm going to place it upside down, because somewhere here. Don't press that accidentally.